Hello. All right. Let me just step back, see how this looks. All right. My name is Craig. I'm going to begin this Qigong practice in a few minutes. On my end, it is 5:57 p.m. I'm going to start the practice at 6 p.m. I know you might be catching this at another time, so appreciate you whenever you catch this. But for a quick intro to this class and what this class is all about, my name is Craig. I'll be your facilitator for this class. This class is a Qigong class. Qigong originates from China. It's a gentle mindfulness movement and energy practice. So for this particular class, we'll be engaging with gentle movements that sync the body with the breath. We'll do some stretching, might even do a little bit of tapping, but the purpose of this class is to help you settle, to connect with the present moment, to connect with your energy, which is what Qigong is about, what it stands for, cultivating your energy, Qi energy, Gong to work with, to help you settle, to be present, and just to take a break from stress, from the doing, to take an opportunity to engage in a form of self-care if this is something you connect with. So we'll begin the practice in a couple of minutes. If you have any questions and you're watching this live, you can send questions and I'll do my best to get to it. But most of the time, we'll just be flowing through the practice. I'll do a little bit longer intro in just a moment to set up for the practice. There's a 60-minute practice, but the key thing for this practice, this is your practice. This is your opportunity to listen to yourself, to do what works best for you. So if you're able to do the whole practice with me, that's okay. If you want to take breaks, that's great. If you just want to do a certain move, participate in just the intro, that's great too. Whatever works for you, that's the key to this. Owning and, doing your best to live in your comfort, your agency, your power. So thanks for joining, checking this out. It is 6 p.m. All right, on my end. So I'll begin just to break down what we're going to have for this class. So as I mentioned before, there's a Qigong class. Always want to name that this is a practice that comes from China, Chinese energy practice that involves gentle movement, coordinating the breath with the body. Bring your attention into the present moment, or at least setting intention to bring your attention to the present moment. We'll be doing that throughout this class. So the first 5 to 7 minutes of this class will just involve us orienting to the present moment, checking in with ourselves, checking in with our body, with our breath, and our mind. This is also known as aligning the 3 treasures. Then after that 5 to 7 minute mark of just settling and preparing for the Qigong practice, we go into the 5 introductory or 5 starting Valley Qigong moves. This is the movement set that you see if you've been to previous classes that we do every single time. And that comprises, I want to say, about 25 minutes of the class. So that takes us to the midway point of this 60-minute class. And then for the second half of class, do a little bit of tapping, might be shorter for today. And then I engage in some stretching, like to warm up the spine. Then we move into flowing movements that allow us to connect with nature. And for today in particular, we'll be working with movements that connect with clouds, because on my end, it's a cloudy day, overcast day, so I like doing cloud movements. And I'll be doing movements that relate to autumn, because it's autumn in my neck of the woods. And I'm doing movements that relate with autumn, lungs, male element, and the tiger. So that's what will be happening. That's what will take us to the end of the class. So thanks for being patient. Let's actually start class. And one last thing, just to mention, this is your practice. Do what feels best for you. I'm going to do this class standing, but I think most of the moves can be done seated or even laying down. I'll do my best to make them as accessible as possible. Take breaks, listen to yourself. Any movement that you see me doing, you can modify and alter for yourself. Go at your pace, listen to yourself. All right, so let's begin. Let's begin aligning the three treasures if you'd like. If you're standing, you can bring your feet together. Just noticing how that feels. And I want you to take an opportunity to just check in with your space right now. That can just involve just looking around, checking what you hear, checking your feet connecting to the ground, just checking how you feel in this moment. During this practice, we'll be bringing our arms out and up, out in front and behind. So making sure you have enough space for yourself. I'm going to do the same for myself and just move this a little bit over, actually. Move this camera over too. Here we go. That's great. And again, just taking this opportunity to check in with yourself, checking what you need so you can get the most out of this practice. So I'm just going to bring my feet back together and just noticing how that feels. And for this practice, I'll be mirroring you. So you can shift your weight to your left foot, step out with your right foot. See how that feels. We are about shoulder width, hip width apart, whatever feels good. And now we're going to continue aligning the body. So checking in with the feet. Weight is equally distributed between the feet. What feels comfortable for you to just stand and feel just soft and relaxed in this position. Let's check in with the knees. Knees are also soft, slight bend in the knees. Check in with the pelvis, the hips. So the pubic bones will be tilted up, so that allows the tailbone to be tucked underneath the spine. That straightens the lower back. Let's check in with the chest. Chest is open. Arms are just soft and hanging down on the sides. Noticing how that feels. If you'd like, you can wiggle your fingers, see how they feel. And just allow them to just be soft. Fingers can be spread apart. Palms can be facing towards your body. Noticing what feels good or just what brings more ease. It allows you to just be here. And let's take an opportunity to do some exercises to release stress and tension in the neck and the shoulders. If you have any preferred exercises that you would like to do for yourself, you can do that now. Or you could follow the two I'll be doing. Just going to do shoulder shrugs. I'm going to do 3 shoulder shrugs. And then I'll do a couple exercises for the neck. So for the shoulder shrugs, you just inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, let them release and drop. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. And let's take an opportunity to check in with the neck. So let's look over to the left. Whatever feels comfortable. Bring the head back to center and look over to the right. Bring the head back to the center. Look up. Look down. Bring the head back to center. Let's just do a couple of neck rotations or neck circles. And just do 1 rotation for each side. So you can allow the chin to drop to the chest. Draw circles with the nose. So I'm starting up from the left, circling over to the right. And now reverse the movement. Drawing up to the right, circling over to the left. And when you're set with your circles, your rotations, just bring the head over the spine. Head over heart. Noticing how that feels. Let's finish aligning the body, just checking in with the head right now. Checking in with the brow and the jaw. We tend to carry a lot of tension there. See how that feels. See if you can release or soften tension in those areas. You can unhinge the jaw. That feels good. Let's check in with the mouth. Noticing how the mouth feels. Anything you want to do that allows you to be more comfortable. A recommendation could be to having the tongue connect to the roof of the mouth and the tip of the tongue touches the back of the two front teeth. That connects energy pathways in the body. Let's just check in with the eyes. Noticing what you sense, noticing what you see, noticing how you feel. Eyes can be in a soft gaze. Again, whatever feels comfortable for you. Lastly, let's just imagine there's a string that comes down from the sky or the ceiling, connects to the top of your head, pulls you upright, and you're just hanging from that string. And that's what we have for aligning the body. Let's move into aligning the breath. So the breath is important. The breath is life. In this practice, we do what is called diaphragmatic breathing, also known as Dantian breathing, belly breathing. You can engage in this practice, or you can just engage in natural breathing or spontaneous breathing. But if you'd like to do Dantian breathing, you can follow along. You can just bring your hand to the abdomen, and as you take an inhale, as the lungs fill the air, feel the abdomen expand. As you exhale, abdomen softens. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Lungs fill, abdomen expands, navel moves away from the body. Exhale. Lungs empty, abdomen softens. Lastly, let's take a moment to align the mind. So the mind is powerful. The saying is, where the mind goes, the chi flows. So let's take this practice as an opportunity to come back to the present moment. Anytime we notice that we're thinking about the past or the future, we have our most agency in the present. We can't change the past. We don't really know what's going to happen in the future, but we do have our power and agency in the now. So let's set intention to be here and now, and set intention for whatever you'd like to get out of this practice. All right, I think I took a little bit more time for aligning the body, breath, and mind. That's okay. It's good to be prepared for the practice. Let's move into the sets of the traditional Valley Qigong moves. So let's start off with full body breathing. So with our arms hanging down by the sides, we're now going to inhale the hands up from the body towards the sky. And we're going to exhale the hands out and down by the sides. Going at a pace that feels good for you. So inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhale them down and out by the sides. Let's do 2 more repetitions in this direction. And then we'll reverse the movement. So this will be my last repetition in this direction. So as I'm allowing my hands to just flow down by the sides, I'm now going to inhale the hands up by the sides and down from the body. So I'm going to make that switch. Inhale, the hands up by the sides. Exhale the hands, arms down from the body. Noticing how that feels for you. Inhale, hands up and out. Exhale, hands down, forward. let's do this for 3 more repetitions at your own pace. And this would be my last repetition of this movement. And then we'll transition to the next movement. So you can allow your hands to flow down in front of the body. You can let them drop and just hang by the sides before we move into the next gesture. And let's do that right now. So we're going to bring the hands, palms facing up in front of the dantian, the lower abdomen, a few inches below the navel. So fingers are going to be pointed towards each other with a little space in between, noticing how that feels. And let's jump to the next movement. We're going to inhale the hands up to heart height. Turn the hands over so palms face down. Exhale. Allow hands to flow down. And we're going to restart the movement. Turn the palms face up. Inhale. Lungs fill with air. Flip the hands, palms face down. Exhale. Lungs empty. Noticing how that feels. Noticing what you sense and feel. Going at your own pace. What is working for you in this moment? Where is your attention? What are you focused on? Coming back to the present, coming back to the flow. Gonna do 2 more repetitions of this movement. And this will be my last repetition. And we'll transition to the next movement, which is our opening movement. So we're actually going to draw hands back up to the heart, but this time with the hands, palms facing towards each other, fingers pointing up. Let's just imagine, visualize, or connect with the idea that you're holding a ball between your hands. Noticing what you sense, noticing how that feels, just connecting with that. Allowing yourself to connect with the present, connect with yourself. And let's move into the next gesture. We're going to extend our hands out in front of the chest, slight bend in the elbows. Fingers point more towards in front of you, if that feels good. And let's begin. We're going to inhale, open up, arms spread apart. You can gaze upwards. Exhale, look forward. Bring the hands close together, but not touch. Let's restart the movement. Inhale, open up. Gaze upwards. Feel the stretch in the chest. Exhale, look forward. Bring the hands back. But don't touch. Inhale, open. Exhale. Release. Look forward. Return. And as you're doing this gesture, you can allow the hands to trail the arms. Let's do this for 2 more repetitions. This will be my last repetition on my end. As you return to that original starting position for this gesture, just connecting with the idea of holding a ball between your hands, just noticing how that feels. We're going to take an opportunity to play with that ball in whatever way it feels good for you, however you want to explore connecting with the ball in your hands. So maybe you want to rotate it, or in one direction, then reversing that direction. However you want to explore and play, what feels good for you, what are you called to do? Just taking your time, listening to yourself, your intuition, your own guidance. And let's return to that starting position with the hands extended out in front of the chest, slight bend the elbows, palms facing each other. And again, you're still holding that ball or connecting with that idea, noticing how that feels. And now we're going to turn the palms that are facing towards the chest, fingers pointing toward each other, and we're going to inhale, draw in the hands, that energy. And now we're going to exhale, allow the hands to trace down the torso, the body. We're going to transition to the next move. We're going to swivel the hands around so the palms face up. We're now going to inhale the hands up to shoulder height. We're going to flip the hands over, palms face down. Exhale, allow the hands to flow down, and the hands and the arms can flow past the body. Swirling palms around, inhale, draw the hands up. Exhale, hands flow down. Palms are turned in the direction of travel, or facing the direction of travel. Knowing and sensing and checking in with yourself. How does this feel? This particular movement has many variations. And we'll go through a few of the variations. Do what feels comfortable for you, what you connect with. So the first variation is going to be shifting the weight on the bottom of the feet. So as you inhale, shift the weight to the front of each foot. As you allow the hands to flow down, shift the weight to the back of each foot. So as you inhale, shifting the weight to the ball of each foot. On the exhale, shifting the weight into the heel. And you're keeping the feet planted on the ground. I'll do one more repetition on my end. And we can make this a balance practice if you'd like. This is optional, as is all the variations. So as you inhale, you can lift up the heels and shift the weight into the ball. And as you exhale, you can lift up the toes, shifting the weight into the heels. Let me step back so you can see better. Inhale, rise up onto ball of each foot. Exhale, shifting the weight into the heels, lifting up the toes. repetition. Then we'll just transition to sinking and rising. Just do a couple repetitions of those. So on the inhale, just allow the hands to float up. And on the exhale, it's available to you. You can do a little sinking, slight bend in the knees and the hips, where it feels comfortable. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rise. I'll do one more repetition on my end. So inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. I'll just do one regular repetition without any sinking or rising. Then we'll transition to the variation where we bring the feet together and step them apart. So we're going to do that right now. So as we inhale, the hands up. Let's bring the left foot to the right. Exhale, left steps away from right. Inhale, right foot steps towards left. Exhale, right foot steps away from left. You can continue to alternate. Noticing how that feels, or you can incorporate variations into this variation. I'll go through it, just a couple. So maybe as you bring the feet together, you're having some of the weight more in one foot than the other. Or if you like to make this a balance practice, as you bring in one foot, you can lift up one leg. Exhale, allow that leg to drop and do the other leg. If this is available to you, no worries if it's not. Lots of variations, lots of options. I'll do 2 more repetitions, 1 more pass for each leg. And then we'll return to just standard flowing movement. So with both feet on the ground, we're just going to do 3 repetitions where we just allow hands to just float to shoulder height and just flow back down. Two more repetitions at your own pace and speed. My final repetition, just allow the hands to just flow down. They can hang down, just noticing what you sense. Checking in with your feet, checking in with your hands, checking in with your knees, the elbows, making sure your joints are soft. Checking in with your head, just noticing what you sense. We're going to transition to shaking, also known as cooking chi or shake the tree. This is where we just engage in just movement that allows us to release. Shake could look more like a dance or a vibration, whatever feels good for you. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Just begin shaking. I'll get a little bit closer. Just whatever allows you to feel connected to the present and release. It could be really light, it could be really gentle, this shaking. Just gonna do it for a few minutes. And we're going to incorporate some breathing breaths into the practice too. And breathing breaths is just a way of releasing stress audibly, vocally, through the breath. Whatever you might be comfortable with. So we'll begin the breathing breaths in just a moment. And when I say inhale, we'll take in a deep breath. And on exhale, just let out whatever feels good for you. Could be a sigh, a yawn, any noise that feels comfortable. There'll be sighs on my end. We'll do 3 breathing breaths. Let's go. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And one more. Inhale. All right. We'll do the sequence to finish off the shaking practice. So let's bring the hands out to the side. Shake it that way. See how that feels. Bring the hands overhead, reaching up towards the sky. Bring the hands out in front of the body, reaching forward. It's available to you, reaching behind the back. Then allow your hands to come out to the sides, point the fingers down, connect with the earth. And if it's available to you, just bending at the knees, the hips, getting closer to the earth. And then for the next 30 seconds, shake however you'd like to shake. And maybe you want to engage in a high vibration shake. Just something really slow, shaking from side to side. Coming to the close of our shaking practice. So we can begin to slow down right now. And if it's available to you, as you end your shaking practice, see how it feels to turn inward. Turning inward is not available to you, it's too much. Check in with your environment, check in with your senses, check in with your feet, check in with something outside of you. But if it's available to you, check inwards. Check in with the sensations, the energy that has been moving. Noticing your aliveness, noticing what you feel. Take an opportunity just to be present in this pause. If you would like, you can bring your hands to connect with any part of the body that feels good to you. It's just an opportunity to slow down and just to be. We're going to transition to the second half class. So first half is done. Let's move into the second half. And just a reminder of what we'll be doing for the second half. Just be doing a short tapping, body tapping practice. Just a few movements. Do some stretching. And then we'll engage in flowing movements that connect with the clouds, with the metal element, with the lungs. Then we'll conclude with a short standing meditation, a 1-2 minute standing meditation, just embracing the tree. And that will be our practice. And as always, listen to yourself, do what feels good. It's not about pain, taking care of yourself, honoring yourself. So thanks again. So yeah, let's move into the second half of class. We're going to do some tapping. Just going to focus on the chest, the arms, the legs, and a little bit of tapping on the head. So let's start. And one other thing to point out, if tapping is something that feels good, you can substitute tapping with massaging or just tracing the area. So always want to provide options, variations, alternatives. So let's begin. Let's do some tapping. This is going to be a short tapping practice, just a couple minutes long. Let's start with the chest. You can make soft fists. You can use the palm of your hands. Just begin checking in with the chest, tapping. Noticing how that feels. Notice if you feel yourself softening, maybe even relaxing. Just being gentle. Or if you prefer, again, whatever intensity feels good. Now I'm going to move this tapping into the arms. So I'm going to just bring the left hand to the neck, the shoulder, extend the right hand out, palm up. We're going to tap down the inside of the right arm and tap up the outside of the right arm. I'm going to do that 3 times. Let's go. So tapping down, tapping up. Let's do this 2 more times, your own pace. And we're going to switch to the left side. So bring your right hand. You can start from tapping chest, bring it to the neck, the shoulder. Extend that left hand out, palm facing up, tapping down the inside of the left arm. Tap up the outer arm. Let's do it 2 more times. Alright, now that we've done the arms, let's move into the legs, and then we'll just gently tap the head. So we're going to bring the hands to the lower back, and palms going to be pressed against the lower back. And we're just going to gently tap from there. You can make soft fists, whatever feels comfortable for you. If this is available to you, know that this could be a hard to reach place. And what we're going to do is just move into tapping down the back of the legs. So just gentle bend, tapping down the back of the legs, tapping the front of the feet, tapping up the inner legs. Let's do this 2 more times. Tapping the back of the legs, tapping up the inner legs. 1 more time. Alright, and now we're just going to tap down the side of the legs, tap up the front of the legs. So here we go. Starting from the waist to hips, tapping down the side of the legs, tapping up the front of the legs, doing for a total of 3 times. This will be my last repetition. Noticing how you feel, just taking a moment, just taking a few breaths, noticing how you feel, noticing what you sense. And we'll just gently tap our head before we move into some stretching. And tapping the head can be easy because just imagine that there are raindrops. Fingers are raindrops, and just tapping your head. Alternatively, this could be a massage, you're just tracing over your head. Whatever feels good. Gently tapping. And we'll just slow that down, bring that to a close. Just allow the hands to just float off the head, draw down, just hang by the side. Alright, we're going to move into just some gentle stretching. To stick with knocking on the door of life, also known as ringing the temple gong. Those are pretty much just spinal twisting. Then we'll do just a couple repetitions of spinal cord breathing, and then some side bends. Then we'll move into the practice of flowing movements. So let's just take an opportunity to just warm up the spine. So with the arms just hanging down, we're just going to turn at the waist. And just turn at the core. Allow the arms to just flow with the movement. And it's available to you if you'd like. You can just allow the hands to tap the body. Front arm taps the lower abdomen. Back hand taps the lower back. She's just turning the spine. You can look from side to side if that feels good. Let's just do this 2 more times on each side. Just allow the hands to just flow off. And it's as if you're a fan, just slowing down. Just eventually return to center, facing forward. Arms just hanging on the side. Just notice how that feels. So we're going to warm up the spine from the direction. We're going to move into spinal cord breathing. We'll do that by just allowing hands to flow up from the body. And they're going to open up. Some say that this could be cactus hands, but hands are about, let's say, eye height, elbows, chest height. And what we're going to do is we're going to just gaze upward, slight arc in the upper back. And now we're going to bring the forearms together. We're going to round the upper back. And we're going to bring the chin to the chest. And now we're going to inhale, open the hands up and apart. Palms face out. You can gaze upwards, arching upper back. Elbows draw down. Now exhale. Bring the forearms together. Tuck the chin. Round the upper back. Tailbone tucks in. So inhale, open. Open the chest. Round the upper back. Exhale. Chin to chest. Forearms come in. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, open. Arch your back. Gaze upwards. Exhale. Chin to chest. Chin inwards. One last time. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Bring our forearms together. And we're just going to just bring the hands out. Press out. And just allow the hands to float down. Just going to do a couple of side bends. There's many ways to do side bends. I'll just do them in a simple way. What we're going to do is going to take the left hand, just allow it to just float up. See how that feels. And if you like, you just do a stretch up. See how that feels. Then just release that stretch. And we're going to allow ourselves to just stretch to the right side. So you can feel the stretch on the left side of the body. And bring the left hand back up. Allow it to flow down. We're going to allow the right hand to flow up. You can reach up, a little stretch up towards the sky. See how that feels. Then release that, allow the hand to relax. Now we're going to stretch over to the left. So feel more of a stretch on the right side. Again, don't want to put yourself in pain. Just feel a light stretch. Reach back up towards the sky. Allow the right hand to flow down. We'll do one more pass for each hand on each side. So allow left hand to float up. You can just stretch over to the right to what feels comfortable for you. Reach back up. Allow the hand to float down. Finish off with the right hand. Stretch over to the left side. Reach back up towards the sky. Allow that hand to flow down. Alright, noticing how you feel. Now let's move into the last, or at least the last 20 minutes of class. We're going to do some flowing movements. So we're just going to start off with a simple flowing movement, opening flow. We're just going to start off with the hands hanging down by the side. And we're going to inhale. Wrists are drawn up in front of the body. Exhale. Hands flow down. Now turn toward the side, give you another angle. So inhale, hands draw up from the body, exhale. Just starting off simply to establish the flow, connecting back with the breath. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 2 more repetitions. Let's transition to flow, gesture that connects with the crane, connects with the lungs. Lungs are a part of the metal element, connected with the metal element. So I want to connect with that during this autumn season. So we're going to inhale, draw the hands up from the body. We're just going to turn the palms. Going to exhale them out to the side. We're going to bring the index finger and the thumb together. Inhale, draw the hands to the front from the chest. Now exhale, turn the palms up and down, out to the side. Turn the palms up, connect the index fingers of each hand. Inhale, draw the hands to the center in front of the body. Exhale. Turn the palms down. Spread the hands apart. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'll do the last repetition on my end. Inhale. Exhale. When your hands reach out to the side, just allow them to flow down. Just noticing how you feel. And we'll move into a movement called parting clouds. And this can also turn into a crane movement. So I'll incorporate that variation if that's something you want to explore. But as always, this is your practice. Do what feels good to you. I think I did this movement last class, or at least a variation of it. But let's move into it. Let's make this happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross our arms in front of the body. We're now going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. We're going to separate the hands away from each other and out and down by the sides and exhale. And you can alternate which hand is crossed in front of the other. So inhale, draw the hands up. Exhale. Separate the hands apart, allow them to flow down. Inhale. Exhale. As you're doing this movement, if you want to engage in rising and sinking, as you're allowing your hands to flow down, you can gently sink. Inhale, rise back up. Going at your own pace, noticing how you feel. As your hands separate the clouds. I'm going to do a few more repetitions, but if you like, you make this a crane movement. And to make this a crane movement, it involves lifting up the legs, if that's available to you. So next time you engage in this movement, you can lift the leg, lift the arms, exhale. As your hands flow down, legs flows down. Or you can just post. Just bring the feet close together. Instead of them apart. There are always options. Always a way to modify the movement. And let's just do 2 more repetitions at your own pace. Whatever feels good. When you're done with your 2 repetitions, we'll transition to some tiger movements. So the tiger is actually connected with the mellow element. And we'll do a couple of tiger movements, and then we'll finish up with some more movements that connect with clouds and the lungs, and slow that down. So tiger movement I want to move into. We're going to shift our weight into the left side. Actually, shift our weight into the left side. What I want you to do is bring your right hand across to the left side. We're going to inhale the hand up. And when you make it to about shoulder height, your hands are going to make claws, a grip. I'll get even closer. Make claws. You're going to continue to inhale. Then when it makes it over to the right side, you're just going to just draw it down if you feel comfortable. You can make a sound like a tiger, like a craw. And now we're going to switch hands and do this from the opposite. Draw the left hand to the right side. Inhale the hand up. Make claws at the shoulder. Exhale, draw the hands down as a claw, and you are the tiger. Make the tiger sound. Let's do this a couple more times, a couple more passes. Shifting the weight. Inhale, draw the hand up. Make the claw. Exhale, draw it down. Taking the left hand, drawing it up. The right side, inhale up. Make the claw. Do 2 more, or 1 more pass with each hand. So again, drawing the right hand up the left side. Make the claw. Inhale up. Exhale. And last repetition with the left hand. Draw it up. Make that claw. Alright. Let's do 1 more tiger movement. It'll be somewhat similar, but with a twist. That's what we're going to do. And it's going to involve the same type of claw effect. But we're just actually going to draw the hands to the center, back of the hands. Move up the midline of the body. And as you make it up to about head height, right hand extends out and forward, making that claw. Left hand goes to the back. Allowing the hands to draw down. Returning the hands back to the center, the midline. So inhale the hands up the center. Now we're just going to do the alternate. Left hand extends out to the front, right hand to the back. Draw down like the tiger. So when you find your flow, inhale, hands up the center. Right hand's forward, left hand's back. Inhale, draw the hands up the center. Make those claws. Extend the left hand out forward, right hand back. Let's do this 2 more times when we're past with each hand, going at your own pace. This will be my last pass. Inhale, hands up. Palms face out. Draw down. Noticing how that feels. And you can just return to the center. Allow the arms, hands to just hang. Got about 6 minutes left of class. Just gonna do a couple more movements. I like the Dao Yin flow. We'll do the Dao Yin flow, then do cloud hands, and then a short standing meditation. And that'll be what we have left for movements for this class. So let's bring the hands into prayer hands. Hands are at the heart. If you'd even like, you can just gently bring your thumbs, connect your thumbs, or the knuckles of the thumbs to your heart, and just notice how that feels right now. What do you sense? What do you feel? Just being with that in this moment. You can even take in a deep breath. Blow a sigh. Let's just do a couple of repetitions of the Dao Yin flow. So you can just bring the hands out in front of the chest, but they're still connected. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the hands up, so they're still connected. And when they make it over the head, they can open up, palms still facing each other, opening up towards sky. And bring the hands back into the center line. Draw the hands down, that center line. They will open out and apart, palm facing away. And inhale, bring the hands up, center line, open up. Bring the hands back to the middle, draw down. You can even sink down if that feels good. Open the hands up. Palms are away. Let's do this 3 more times. Breathing can just be natural. Could do one more repetition, opening up, above. Bring the hands back together, drawing down, midline, opening to below. Bring the hands back to center, back to the heart. Let's connect the knuckles of the thumb back to the heart, noticing what you feel, noticing what you sense. And we're going to move into cloud hands. So we're going to allow the right hand to just release, drop down, palm facing down. We're going to shift to the right side. We're going to draw the left hand to about shoulder height, or it could be eye height, whatever feels good for you. Palm is facing towards yourself. And we're going to turn at the waist, shifting the weight from the right foot to the left foot over to the left side. Hands move over to the left side. We're going to switch the position of the hands. Right hand comes up, palm facing towards you. Left hand drops down. And this is cloud hands. Watching clouds flow through the sky. Breathing is natural, or if you'd like, you can inhale one direction, exhale another. Or you can inhale as you change the position of the hands. Exhale as the hands move across from side to side. But bring your focus to that top hand. Imagine that's a cloud moving through the sky. The bottom hand could be a cloud, could be the shadow, could just be you tracing your hand over water. You're just taking a moment to admire, explore the movement of the clouds. Let's do one more pass with each side, and we'll finish this movement when we find ourselves turning back to the right side. When you made it over to the right side, just allow both hands to drop down. Return to their respective sides. We're almost finished with class. Let's take an opportunity to just do a short standing meditation. I like the traditional meditation, just standing meditation of just standing and embracing a tree. And to do that, we'll just allow our hands to hang down for just a moment, and then we'll just draw hands up by the wrists in front, body. Turn the hands so the fingers are pointing towards each other. Arms are just round as if you're hugging, embracing a tree, like this. Shoulders are soft, elbows can drop down. And we're just going to hold this for just a moment, just to be in a form of stillness, even though there's movement happening within us, movement happening around us. We're just going to do this for just a minute, and you can check in with yourself, noticing how your feet feel, noticing how your joints feel, checking in with your attention, your awareness in this moment. Just about the end of our practice. We got 30 more seconds to go of this standing meditation. It's brief. What are you sensing in your hands, in the bottom of your feet, above your head? Just being with that. Just noticing. Now I'm just going to have you turn your palms facing down, word. Just allow your hands to flow down. We're going to close this practice, running a little bit over. But now, with your hands out, arms hanging down, we're going to inhale. Palms moving in the direction of travel. Inhale the hands up towards the sky. Let's bring the left foot to the right. Turn the palms facing towards yourself and your body. Exhale. Allow the hands to just draw down, float down in front of the body, taking in whatever you need from this class, whatever will support you, whatever feels good. We're going to do this movement, gathering 2 more times without moving the legs. So inhale, palms face up. Exhale, draw the hands down, take in whatever you need, what feels good, what serves you in this moment. Let's do this one more time at your own pace. Exhale. Just draw the hands down. Again, showering yourself with the goodness. And to completely close the practice, this moment I will not be marrying you. I'm just going to bring up my right hand. You can bring up your right hand. Let's make a soft fist. This hand will represent yang energy. And we're going to bring up the left hand. Palm is open, up towards sky. This is going to represent yin energy. And we're going to bring yin and yang together at the center. So left covers over the right hand at the heart. And take this moment to bow to yourself for engaging in this Qigong practice, this ancient Chinese mindfulness, energy, meditation practice. And let's take an opportunity to just bow to just all those who are connecting with this practice, taking this opportunity to do self-care, honoring yourself, listening to yourself, making space for your well-being. Thank you again. Hope this practice has served you. I always want to thank Darren Drum, Toivo, Valley Qigong, and so many teachers and people who've made this practice possible. Thank you again. Wishing you well till next time. Be well.